even against a Midas Slark with 4 kills.
But he's only got 100
raw
in
CS
front.
advantage is just... It's still good enough if he keeps up for now. The question for VG Gaming is how do they activate their supports?
It's a very good question. Yule Scepter is now in for Super. He's going to need it to actually stop March, but then again, no, he doesn't. March falls out of the charge. And Morphling coming in to defend on the top lane. This tower is the battle for the last hit. QO not going to win that battle, but how? Remember, you don't have a replicate right now. We're still on cooldown for 2 more seconds, and QO trying to beat into him. There's more support moving up, and FY might regret this rotation. As now, KP as well as Febby have arrived here. How still being charged, so they keep that vision up. QO's making the move. There's that replicate, but how do they have enough control again? No waveform this time, and there's a 17% kicking in Fenrir. They're going to have some extra help. Ice, hook shotting in. KP needs to blink himself away, need more time. Shallow Grave, Witch Doctor, the Death Ward's going on. Ice, but the Blade Mail turned on, the paralyzing cast. Fenrir in Super. They're basically holding hands to the back lines. The Shallow Grave is there for nuts, but his chance of survival is so low. Turns on the Restoration. They're novering up. They see Febby with a Light Strike Array. Barely missing from Super. So Morphling will drop, and in trade you lose your Spirit Breaker and your Witch Doctor.
I think MVP are okay with this exchange. Considering how the whole fight developed, that could have gone way worse for them.
It was fairly even. The experience is only different by maybe 300, 400. Gold only 200. That's from our teamfight recap. So it's not much of a difference. And now you actually get something like a Blink Dagger over on QO. You thought life was hard as a support before. It's about to get a lot harder.
Yeah, I think if MVP could take that fight 5 times in a row right now, where they trade March and a support to kill the Morphling, I think they would win the game. Like, the entire win condition for VG Gaming is that this Morphling does get strong, as well as the Lina. And of course, Super did stay alive there. I think the kill did go to the Crystal Maiden on the Spirit Breaker. Yeah, it did. So he got none of the last hits there. But the Slark is starting to get a really solid grip on the game. That 1 kill on Morphling, you remember a moment ago I said Morphling was 100 ahead? He's 1,000 behind. That's the kind of shift you get from making a play like that. And QO, as long as the Lina doesn't just blow him up in a combo, there's almost nothing countering him out. We see a quick Orchid here as well from KP. Very good item against both Morphling and the Lina, although she does have a Eul's to be used defensively, of course.
This gives them even more aggression when MVP looks for fights, but VG Gaming are the ones looking for it. A 3-man smoke move. They're going to walk into QO. He blinks himself forward right now and being bursted down. There goes your Slark with a Sonic Wave steal of Rubik. FY. As we said, never underestimate him, but now KP comes back for revenge for what was stolen. Febby can't move close enough to him, but March, he can. The charge comes forward, the comps get them back for now. Remember that Weaver's there, March being stunned, looking to play the Shallow Grave, keeping him alive for now. He goes for the ulti, but then the Yules up in the air. It's going to be the Queen of Pain. March still alive for the moment around the tree line. They do bring him down, but KP in real trouble. Sonic Waves in 1 second, he needs more time. Blink away to safety. He's bottling up, already used the 1 charges. He could turn, he's got Sonic Wave plus Scream of Armor hiding inside the tree line for the moment, but he'll blink in deeper. Meanwhile, Febby is actually chasing down Ice in the bottom river. That Urn charge, he's so low, but not low enough to find the kill. The Rocket actually scouts out Febby. Is it worth? No, he doesn't actually have Rock. Still on cooldown for 20 seconds, and the Rocket damage is not enough.
A little bit of panic or miscommunication from VG Gaming there. They layered their stuns on the Queen of Pain, or rather the Lina stun and the Crystal Maiden Frostbite. If they combine those correctly, they do find that absolutely key kill, but still, they got the better exchange here. A lot of gold going their way, especially the Slark kill was really massive for FY. Being a low gold support, or actually, who got the last hit on him? I can't see that anymore now. I can't remember. I don't think it was FY himself. Anyway, who claimed that kill got quite a bit of gold out.
Alright, I can't help you on that front. Fenrir. Well, no one will be able to help him in a moment. He's walking right next to QO. And then, well, there's your Dark Pack. How much damage have you got, Fenrir? Not enough to get the kill. So he helps himself with that Lincoln Sphere. 19 minutes up for Hal. A very nice timing for the Morphling and a lot more protection against his MVP lineup. But how much more does he need? Do we still go for that E-Blade? And is E-Blade actually going to do anything up against MVP?
Yes, absolutely. Like, it makes Laguna Blade just destroy anyone. Until, of course, he gets the axe, then it's pure damage, then E-Blade doesn't amplify it anymore. But in either case, he's definitely going to have a lot of damage. It is, however, possible that he doesn't go for it at all. And what makes me think this is that he didn't skill Adaptive Strike. He actually, to the point, stats over it. He's level 11 with a 4042 build.
So you turn it more into a fighter build, something more like a Skadi? Or?
I'm guessing so, and that they feel like they have enough magic damage alone with all of their other heroes, which, you know, it's kind of that thing, you want to find the right balance between spell burst and having physical carry late game. And a lot of the time the E-Blade is just very powerful, but the more I think about it, the better it probably is to just go for a combat build this time around.
Charges coming down. We might actually see Crystal Maiden getting popped. Q.O. just catching Fenrir out of position. He was moving up into his own jungle. That leash is holding him a little bit too much longer. And then Clockwork while Q.O. breaks free of the sun almost instantly. And with the Orchid on Ice, they don't want to throw in anything more apart from the Death Ward. But Q.O. coming back in the fight. Ice's almost down, but still alive until KB finally puts him in the grave. 1-for-1 trying for March. Looking for the oldie, and there's your Sonic Wave. He's still got Nether Strike, but Super with the strike there is going to keep him now. In fact, the Lincoln Spear triggering, blocking it. It's a 2-for-2 trade-off, and Q.O. is still alive. Blinks away to safety. How not attacking him, so not putting that Blink Dagger back on cooldown. And Q.O. wants to come back in again. The Observer Ward's up, so they can see where VG is moving. In fact, Hal just walks straight into him. The Lincoln Spear trigger into the Orchid. He actually got to use the Shadow Strike to do it, and Hal dropping low. Light Strike Array won't be able to connect, but Hal with so much strength, 2,000 life, they get rid of the Observer Ward, but Q.O. back in again, playing with its paws in the back line, while Hal realizes this. He has to turn around to help out his team. Q.O. is still very low, but out of vision, healing up quickly with the bottle charges. Fenrir back already, but Super Q.O. Yeah, that's not going to happen.
If he actually would have gone for that, this guy plays cool. He is exceptionally good as Lark, by the way. I think he's one of the best players in the world on this hero. He's shown it time and time again. How good he is at getting in and out of fights and really evaluating how far he can stretch before he has to go back out and regen. This fight, he makes the right call not to chase one more time onto the Lina. He would have pretty much surely died.
But his pressure onto the VG supports, the second he did that, like, you saw Morphling. Hal was almost certain he was having himself a kill right there, and then realized he has to turn around and help out the rest of his teammates. That pressure from Slark. You're always looking behind you. March should be doing the same thing as he's about to get initiated on. There's still 1,700 life to get through. Yule's into the Light Strike, plus Laguna Blade.
It sounds like a lot, but
it really isn't when you have that much damage on Vici.
But then you have Alina, and then 1,700 is not much.
And there's 400 gold from the Ags. So the Super's about to get a big upgrade with his ultimate.
I'm wondering if Vici Gaming are expecting that a BKB will come out sometime soon. It looks like the Queen of Pain actually is building one, so that's going to be very nice for dealing with KP. For Super, as their physical damage output right now is, as we talked about, really underwhelming. So when those BKBs come out, they need to have a solution to kill the BKB cores.
But I'm actually wondering too then with Slark, because we're seeing Q.O. building into the Skadi. Is it even worth him going a BKB in this game? Or should he just go for more points? Is Fenrir? Well, they get rid of the Observer Ward to start with, and FY and Fenrir both moving in. But Q.O.'s not even going for that. He sees Hal in the mid, but no, turns around. Comes back into Fenrir and FY, Frostbite and Telekinesis. Not the greatest chain in the world, but they knew the Dark Pact he's going to break free, pounce up into Ice. The bounce from March, actually knocking Ice back. They're able to get the sound off with the Sonic Wave, hitting 3 heroes from VG, now the Paralyzing Cask. It's going to actually trigger the Lincoln Spear. But at the same time, Super and Fenrir, they can't run. It's back down to Hal, back up the Super. March another charge, hitting into Hal. Might even push him up on top of the cliffside. He's inside the rock space. Hal bashed again, 77%. Hal is down. March breaking the game and winning the fight for MVP. They do the work and they'll take the Roshan.
This is what happens 1 out of 200 times when you have an ability that's true random and not pseudo-random. March got so lucky there. Oh, it's unbelievable. It's possible they could have caught Hal anyway, but that's gotta, you know, that's such a mental blow. You feel like the game just cheated you, right?
Yep. You had this Morphling, you had a Lincoln Spear. The sad thing is, too, the Paralyzing Cask works so well against it. It triggers a Lincoln Spear, but it doesn't actually stop the cask from bouncing. So it bounces up and then straight back down. He still gets stunned. The Lincoln Spear actually became a non-factor. Apart from stats and regen. That's all it was.
That was such a good cast. I think it got all the bounces off. It bounced between Lina and CM at least 3 times.
Yep. It even came back down to the Morphling after they were looking for the kill. It's...
Wow, look at that spike up.
That's, for the first time in 24 minutes, the entire game, MVP are actually leading by a smidge on the gold, and the net worth up by 6,000 they gained during that last engagement.
This is when you want to put on the pressure if you're MVP. Q.O. is getting close to Skadi, and it's almost impossible for Vici Gaming to kill him twice.
Wait
a second, Lina went in a different direction. We thought she was going to go for the Axe.
Yeah, hey, wait, what? It's a soul booster.
Yeah, we disregarded the possibility of going for a Bloodstone. I definitely don't think this is an Octarine core for Super. Now, what's really interesting about this is that this makes BKBs on MVP so much better. Now Slark might actually consider it after his Scotty just to be completely invincible.
March, gonna try and charge away, but Yulsa just gonna stop this one and then wait for March is dead. Hilariously enough, FY stole actually the worst ability you get in the game, which was the empowering haste at the start. So SB triggered it. You're right, like he actually keeps the passive from this at least.
No, it's not. It's not very good.
No, it's not. You're trying to find a logical way where it's like, you know what, actually, it's going to work really well for VG with a high maneuverability lineup.
Yeah, the thing, if you look over MVP's lineup, if they had less mobile heroes, something like that movement speed would be really good, but it just seems like MVP will beat them at the mobility game anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
QO with his farm and Midas usage, he is now 300 gold away from having the full Skadi. Got to be careful with his courier. And also we also get Febby able to start buying up items as he's now got a talisman of evasion. So that's sitting over on the courier. There's also a lot of money on the Witch Doctor. Kind of haven't flagged nuts because we flagged his paralyzing cast, but not his money. When this Aghanim Scepter starts to arrive, it's already a hard enough time for heroes like Crystal Maiden and Rubik. It's going to be an impossible time. Unless they can keep their distance. Glimmer Cape away. FY does have that Blink Dagger.
Oh, Exercise bottom lane. March is just going in. Okay. He used both his spells. Exercise is out. But once again, something I really like about, if you look at the pattern of how March plays in the Spirit Breaker, there are two things he does. He's extremely selfless. He will engage the fight pretty much to surely die, but set up his team very well. And he will just threaten constantly. Even if he knows he can't get the kill, he wants to make the enemy think that backup is coming and that the kill is there. So he just forces them away and gives them map control. He's 2-9. He's had a massive impact on this offlane Spirit Breaker this team.
And he can have more because the Daz is behind him now with a full Solar Crest as well. So even if you are low, you're going to have extra support to keep you up, and this allows heroes like players like QO to move forward and attack into that tier 1 tower. He's got no real worries anyway. In fact, they're going to Solar Crest him up at the moment. But with an Aegis Immortal and 15 1 charges, a full Skadi, Blink Dagger, you know you're going to regenerate up quickly anyway. He's also going to crack level 16 in just a moment. So now we'll have a level 3 on that Shadow Dance. VG Gaming are in such a rough spot. They need a fantastic fight. They need Hal to do something more, and Ice not to die. The charge is coming in. Light Strike Array will be there on QO, but the charge comes in, and March, where does he want to go? That Nether Strike, he actually has it, and with a Sonic Wave, they find the kill on the Clockwork. March, though, Lacuna played it down. There was no Shallow Grave to save him. Now Hal, the front line, nuts. He's going to be Shallow Grave into that Death Ward. How much damage? Not enough. The cast actually stolen by FY, and it's messing with MVP's fight. We do have the Aegis Immortal triggering, which means QO will be back to all the living, and they look for the permanent stuns if they can get him. Pounce up and away. QO into the trees, regenerating 134 life per second. Ice, no hook shot, and QO and KP, they just blink themselves and pounce away to safety. They bail out that VG fight.
The moment I saw Spirit Breaker charging into that, I was like, there is no way they win that fight. And there wasn't.
It seemed crazy to do it to the tier 3 tower. They still got the buyback out from Ice.
It wasn't the worst trade, actually. I mean, they lose their Spirit Breaker Witch Doctor, and they use the Aegis, but they get a kill on Ice, they get a buyback. It's a net gold gain for the Radiant, but all in all, probably they would have liked to get a little bit more out of that Aegis on QO.
But it's the way MVP wants to play this lineup. They want to keep the pressure on VG Gaming. They want to think, okay, VG Gaming, you have to rotate to stop us. You see how quickly VG move out on the map. At this point, they're just trying to get a little bit more, like,